Was K too harsh on Nikki?
Oh, I thought it was a little bit too harsh.
Really?
Yeah, I thought he had a point.
What is up, Doug Squad Quack, Danny Kim.
David.
Welcome to the Island
Aftershow.
Yay! Sorry about the mask. Everybody in Seoul is now legally obligated to wear masks indoors and outdoors. Otherwise, we will be fined. We can't do really anything about that.
There's a lot of people in the studio too.
I'm so sorry, and I really want to take this mask off, but this is all we can do. In episode 8, the Islanders were taking part in the BTS challenge, where they chose 3 BTS songs, and they had to split up into units, and they had to perform that. And they were distributing the parts in their respective songs. I'll go team by team. First off, Team Fake Love. During the entire episode, Taki had a bit of a hard time leading the team. He was the leader and he picked his fellow members, but he turned out to be the one most lacking in skill in the team. He was confused during the choreos. He couldn't hit the high notes. Taki was very unconfident during the entire episode and seemed burdened by the leadership role and was never really able to lead the team. In the checkup with Sun Sung-deuk, Taki was criticized really hard and he seemed to be lagging much behind the rest of the members. Eventually, he cried after hearing that feedback, and definitely Hee-seung seemed to be the real leader, trying to calm down Taki after he gave a bad performance and cried. After that, Hee-seung seemed to pick up the leadership role and lead the entire team. Team I Need You. There was not really much to be talked about here. Like, they were picked as the least threatening team. Like, they were kind of the underdogs by the other units, and I think they did a good job of just practicing and doing their own thing. Yang Jung-won, he kind of led the group. He was the leader role, but I wouldn't say like there was anything really impressionable, right? Now on to Team DNA. Okay, this is the drama that I needed in Ireland. NIKI added some ad-libs in the choreo during the practice, which instantly pissed off K. And K thought that NIKI was being selfish, trying to stand out by adding moves that were not part of the original choreo. He called NIKI out hard. He said, "Are you a solo artist?" He was talking him down and like literally saying that this is a team competition and all you think about is yourself, and you think this is an individual mission. You think about, you've been this selfish all the way through, and he made NIKI cry. And eventually during the checkup, NIKI was actually told by Sun Sung-deuk to not do the ad-libs, so he didn't do them in the final stage. Now K tried to make amends by awkwardly crawling onto his NIKI's bed, but I think there's still some feelings between them, definitely. Now let's talk about the test. The Fake Love team received a total score of 306, ending up first, and DNA team received 287 and I Need You 275. Taki was part of the Fake Love team and thus received immunity from elimination, as he would have been eliminated for having the lowest individual score among the 12 Islanders with 57. Hee-seung was first, Yang Jung was second, K fourth, and he seemed pretty pissed about the result. My boy Jay, 6th, and Hanbin was 9th. Konu, he got 11th and was eliminated from the competition.
Oh, no.
So Team DNA, I really enjoy them. I actually kind of enjoy them more than Fake Love in some ways.
Really?
K, he's like artistic.
He had charisma. He was like breathing hard and all that.
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
stuff. It was really sexy.
And he was definitely the ace by far. And I personally think he's the best among the entire Islanders.
Wow.
He's my new bias now. Hanbin.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
he was a dark horse. He wasn't really spotlighted in all these episodes.
Yeah.
But in this stage, I think he, along with K, were the best 2 members.
Right.
He seems so happy.
Initially, he was kind of intimidated.
I personally kind of disagreed with the result of Hanbin being 9th in the critiques,
He should
because
have been higher, right?
I feel like he's like at least in the top 3.
Top 3?
Yeah,
Okay.
because when he performed DNA, K was charismatic.
Yeah.
Hanbin was so happy. I could feel like he's excited to have this stage. He's excited to be, performing this.
Right.
He's the only contestant that I felt like he feels genuine joy.
Oh yeah,
He's like so happy about
the
this
situation,
right?
The fact that he's here. Maybe BTS's advice took account into that, because last time Hanbin was saying like, he I feel like underconfident, like everyone's so good here, and the BTS said like, you're here,
Right,
you know?
like what do you have to be afraid of?
What do you? Why do you think you're here? And then I think he really got that advice and used it.
And he's a really good performer.
He had a total
and
mentality.
I feel like he's kind of like the J-Hope character.
Me too. I was about to say
happy.
that. Oh
He's
shit!
so,
You stole my comment.
He's just so happy. Okay.
Jay was pretty good too. Like I honestly thought when you were hyping him up in the early stages of Island, I was like, oh okay, maybe I'll look into him a little bit more. But this stage really proved why you were into him. Like, he looked like a real idol. Yeah, he's solid.
And NIKI kind of felt uncomfortable during the entire performance.
I
felt that.
He still had that awkwardness. Unfortunate.
And on to the next stage. I Need You.
Oh, I Need You.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was like,
really
I don't really.
I thought I Need You was better than expected. Like it was totally.
Really?
Yeah, totally just popped out.
For me, the I Need You stage was very average at best.
Okay.
Nothing really happened that was like, wow, these kids are good.
As the producers pointed out a lot of times during the practice period, they said focus on your facial expressions.
Right.
The delicacy of it. Not try to be cool. You're not trying to be mad or angry. You're trying to be like bittersweet, sorrow, and also angry at the same time. Like refer to BTS's facial expressions. I actually went back to BTS's I Need You movie, MV, and performances, and I could see what the producers were saying. Like BTS had that facial expression in that. During their real performance, wow, their facial expressions really improved. In that aspect, I thought it was really good. The facial expressions solely because of that.
One thing that was kind of frustrating for me was that Son Sung-deok, he, critiques like, oh, this is too fast. This is too slow. Oh, your facial expressions are not good enough. I would really love to show him to show an example because like, I guess if you're a performance director, you don't really have to show, like you're a director, you don't have to act in front of the actors. At the same time, we're just normal plebs. We don't know when Taki seems to be dancing fine, and then he says like, "You're too fast. You're offbeat," and I don't fucking know.
I kind of knew it.
I would have loved for him to show at least once, like what
Rain,
he means,
like Rain did.
right?
When I walk up in my room, I'm in.
Now on to Team Fake Love.
Fake Love.
I would say, he's also on another level.
He's already top tier. He's already debuted.
He's safe. He's never gonna go anywhere.
He's at this level. He's like a mentor.
Right.
He's already mentoring.
Right. I think he showcased his artistic side, like along with Kate.
He's really
very, very good. Like that intro scene, that was amazing.
Wow.
And also, I was very impressed with Sunoo's facial expressions in this episode because I always thought of him like as this more of a feminine character. In this song, he kind of showed a different side of him. Right. And I really enjoy that fact. He has a versatility.
Right. So all the haters can go down now. Like all the haters saying like, oh,
he's only cute. People like him only for visuals.
That's what I thought, honestly. I'm not a hater, but
he's an egg guy. I don't like that kind of character, but he proved you wrong.
Now to Taki, I think he has a very high possibility of being eliminated next. I can definitely see that his skills are not on par with the rest of the contestants. Maybe his team was too good. I mean, they had his Heesun, but still, like I think
he was nervous the whole time.
Yeah, and I feel like
he had his burden.
Apart from just not being skilled enough, I think his personality, he's too fragile. He needs to harden up a little bit. If he goes off crying and if he's like so intimidated every single time he has to lead something.
I mean, that's because he was set up as a leader, and that's just not who he is. And I can understand that.
I understand
if he's in
that
position that he's not comfortable about, and he has this whole team to lead, then of course it can get overwhelming.
Yeah, but it just does not look good on you.
One thing I was kind of disappointed about Taki was like his high notes. He couldn't even go near the fake love notes, and I was surprised because in the real performance, in the actual performance.
Well, they auto-tuned the shit out of it.
Right?
It wasn't live.
It wasn't live, right? I could hear like I could hear some sentences, like some lines being live. But I was like confused because like Taki couldn't hit those notes in the practice.
Actually, I don't think he was live at all. Most of the performers were not live because when I saw them, like they really were not good at lip syncing. Especially Taki, like he almost didn't even try lip syncing.
I mean, yeah, that's why I was confused.
If you have a vocal range that's unable to hit those high notes, like there's only so much you can do in a week.
I know.
To expand your vocal range, and Fake Love is a fucking high ass song.
Right.
So,
I can't sing it.
I would not blame Taki for that.
I was just confused in like why that problem was blown up so hard in the practicing period when the actual performance went on.
Yeah.
Like it was just all so perfect and nobody talked about it. And I was like, okay, what happened? Like, did he actually hit those high notes?
No.
Or were they auto-tuned? Why aren't the judges or producers talking about that?
They weren't even live, I think. In the beginning few episodes, the island performances were definitely live. Like, you could hear that.
Yeah.
But now, I think they just given up the live. Because the past few performances, almost none of them were live. They don't lip sync very well. And also, like, there's moments where they hit the mic or they cover the mic with their hands and the sound doesn't change at all. If they were trying to sing live, even though those are imperfections, I would intentionally leave them in to prove them that they're live. Either not live or very, very, very heavily auto-tuned to a point where it didn't mean anything being live. What I didn't understand is, like, they make a big deal about, like you said, Taki not being able to hit those notes and, you know, them not being good singers. But then when it comes to the performance, none of it seems to be live. So for me, like, it's like, hey, why are you, like, criticizing his vocals when you're never gonna show it to us anyways, right? I wish they would just show the imperfections.
For some contestants, I could hear them do live. For example, Heesung and Sunoo, I think I heard them do live.
Yeah.
So like the intro.
So it's
and
not
all
for all of them, but like for definitely there's difference in levels of lip syncing for the members. Now on to the drama of this episode. This is probably the meat of the episode. Was K too harsh on NIKI?
Oh, I thought it was a little bit too harsh.
Really?
Yeah, I thought he had a point. Nothing against K's stance. I support his stance.
Yeah.
The way he expressed it was a little bit too aggressive and authoritative in my opinion. If you're really thinking about teamwork, if you want to point that out, if you want to criticize that, you should also know how to do it in a smoother way that it doesn't hurt the teamwork in the end.
But I think it worked.
It did work, but it made the whole scene awkward. Leave that, follow me, come into the room. And then they trapped each other.
Very authoritative.
And I was scared too while watching that. Like if I had a leader like that, you know,
I'd be scared.
it reminded me of that G-Dragon moment when he was like,
어딨어? 말이 돼? 제정신이 아니 내가?
break your leg, you know.
Yeah, like what are you gonna do? Like break your fucking knees.
Yeah.
Dance, motherfucker. But I love that fact that he was so harsh and he really wanted it. Like he really wants this team to do well. That's why he's being so hard on everybody, especially NIKI.
I think we can argue that there are two kinds of leaderships.
There's a leader like Heesung.
Exactly.
And there's a leader like K.
I really like Heesung's leadership because he's the one that goes top. Taki, could you come out, like, what's the problem?
Right.
Why do you think that's wrong? You know, like, he tries to
He's
have
a
a
soft
conversation,
power.
but Kay's like, no, that's wrong.
Bitch.
Are you being a solo idol?
You're
what are
not
you doing?
G-Dragon, bitch. You're not V. And he was actually pissed about being fourth too.
Yeah.
And I love that. I think he deserves first. Jay was my boy. After this episode, I was like, K is my boy now. Man, he has that fire. He thinks he's the best. I also think he's the best. He has the skills to be pissed like that.
So you know what Danny's like in a relationship now.
Like-
Jay was my boy, but now I'm moving to Kay.
No,
in the
but
beginning
Jay
it was
lost
Taki.
that fire.
Taki's so cute.
Jay lost that fire, man. Jay, where are you at?
God.
Bro, Jay's got to step up the game. K, he's my boy now.
I mean,
he's desperate. He wants it. He got that fire. And he's like, you know, bashing people who's fallen behind because, bitch, guess what? The idol world is, you know, harsh. K-pop audiences ain't gonna wait for you. And NIKI, if you're doing off, like, you know, your solo ad-lib shit, then obviously I'm gonna be pissed too. He's a strong character. He knows what he wants. He's out here to fucking debut and not fuck around. And he's, you know, harsh on everybody who's fucking around.
Yeah,
So
but
K's my pick.
yeah, but I could also see Jay and Hanbin being very awkward, very uncomfortable in that.
Yeah,
scene.
I bet that room was awkward as fuck,
it
but
was
that's
like
what you do.
As I said, I think the delivery might have been a little better if they all talked together. Jay and Hanbin were just like totally left out.
I love it. He got that fire. I love it, man.
Among that drama, one thing that was funny was Jay was usually known as that character with the fire, right? But he's like,
he's all intimidated and shit. So I'm disappointed in you, Jay, my boy.
I think we should talk about Sunoo because like he was first. This time he also got a high rank as well.
Yeah.
He has this vibe. I felt it was very similar to Jogwon. Giggly, happy, cutesy vibe that transcends to other people. So he makes the whole environment very happy.
Right.
So if there was to be drama made by K,
Yeah.
then there will be a character like Sunoo that like cheers up all the other members. So
Right.
I feel like that kind of member should coexist with members like K. So I just want to give a big compliment to Sunoo because
Okay.
like he's becoming my fast one pick as well.
Oh, okay. K, my boy. Sunoo's your boy.
Yeah.
Tell us who your boy is.
No, my boy is Heesung.
Oh,
But,
okay.
Like,
Heesung-
Heesung's just like
Sunoo's your
top
second
tier.
boy.
Yeah.
Jay, my boy, you gotta step up the game, yo. Now, what do you think about Taki not being eliminated
oh, so that
and Kono being eliminated instead?
wow, that was really dramatic. I felt Taki's pressure there, and I felt the sorry
He
feeling.
must feel so stressed.
He must feel so
I mean,
bad.
Taki's been through so much.
Oh my
He was
God.
eliminated because of immunity. Now someone else is eliminated.
Oh my god, that is his mental health might be crumbling.
I feel like Kono, he wasn't very impactful for me, at least during the
yeah.
entirety of the season.
Right.
So I can understand why he was eliminated.
Wow. So next is a global vote, and people are gonna decide who's gonna get eliminated. Right now, if you see the status of the ranking, the lower three are like K, Nikki, and J. I think Nikki, like regarding what happened in this episode, like he might have a high chance of being eliminated.
I see.
And I'm pretty surprised that Taki's up there on 4th. So maybe Taki might.
I don't see him dropping down to
Yeah.
like 11th anytime soon.
Yeah,
But
that's
damn
right.
though, like seriously guys? Where's the love for K? Where's the love for my boy J? Next episode will be decided 100% on elimination by votes. Go vote for your favorite trainee or your trainee that you want to save.
Who are you gonna vote for? 2 people.
K.
2.
K and J.
Minor, Heesung, and Sunoo.
You don't even have to vote for them, honestly.
Well, still, I like them.
They're gonna be like safe no matter what.
That kind of mentality gets.
That's what I'm trying to make. And we're going to talk more about this in the after show, DK News after show going on this time below. So go watch that on patreon.com/Dkdktv.
And also look forward to our In the Soup after show live stream, which is going to be on this time. We're going to talk about In the Soup EP.8. So if you enjoy our after show series, go check that out.